not Matt Zhu. That's Brian Dang, who's joining me for the top. I've done that twice so far today. I'm Tom. That's Brian. It's not Matt. But what we're going to be doing is taking a look at our top 8 bracket as we get ready for the top 8 here. It has been a bit of a slugfest in the feature match area as we have had Energy, Esper, Zoo, and even the Brood Scale deck that had to go a little bit grindy in our feature match area. But at the end of the day, B-Dang, we have a plethora of different decks in top 8. Soon as possible. And there we go. All right. We are ready to go. We have a little bit of action already hitting the battlefield here, as it does look like that Isaac on the domain deck has kind of gotten that brawler into the battlefield and has been swinging in at Nick Rios already. So I do think that the life total should be accurate here. Nick going all the way down to 10 already just based off of these brawler beats, and Isaac sitting pretty at 18 still, as it looks like there's just a Phelia, a Relic of Progenitus, and we do wind up having that Overlord coming down already.
Okay. 16. Thank you. Yeah, 16.
Yeah, so a way that the Esper Blink decks usually take over this matchup is,
Leyline bind.
you know, you got your, you just sit there and you buy back Solitude over and over again.
Second main,
So
I'll play a Flooded Strand. And I'll pass
Isaac
to
is going to try to close this before Nick gets his Overlord engine running.
Yeah, it does look like, too, that Isaac just snagging, I think it's a Leyline binding that one coming down here, snags away the Phelia, so that's not going to allow that Overlord to have that flicker effect to come in and just pop off of Impending early. And it looks like, yeah, the Brawler comes in, connects for 3. Brawler came in. It looks like Nick here is responding with a Fetch and a Shock. Probably Fatal Push. Better be Fatal Push.
Yeah, we just see the life totals here. Domain Zoo just being a deck that pushes damage so well, and in a format, you know, with a lot of fetching and shocking. Yeah.
And I will push.
All right, there is the Fatal Push. The Battle at the Bridge. The Final Fantasy version of the push.
Take this down on my end. Oh, yeah. It's a mistrigger. Okay.
Yeah, it looks like that Nick, unfortunately, has progressed a little bit too far. Ooh, Tribal Flames to the face.
And now fetches are offline. Well, fetch shocks are offline.
Play a hologram tap.
One step exile.
Nick goes down to 2 off of that.
Tap. Draw.
What do we got?
Oh,
Is that a Ketramuse?
you have a Ketramose, but this is a little awkward.
I mean, Isaac has nothing in play right now. And
Yeah, but Ketramose trigger here. Playing Ketramose and then exiling the relic would immediately kill it.
So it looks like Nick has to do this in a specific sequence, but Nick also needs to have a basic land.
Okay, I'll pass turn.
Doesn't have a land. So Ketramose does not hit the battlefield this turn.
And yeah, Isaac drew exactly what he needed.
Blade.
Flage. That's going to be it. All right. So we missed about 2 turns of combat. And that's all the Domain Zoo deck needed to burn through the Esper Blink deck's life total here. As Isaac Pizarro played the Neshoba Brawler, wound up attacking for basically 5 twice in a row, got Nick down to 10 immediately, then a Fetch Shock happened, and then Tribal Flames Flage. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, the Domain deck doing a very good impression of a burn deck in this circumstance.
Just turn things sideways.
Yeah, and that's the role that Domain Zoo needs to play in this matchup. Just a very aggressive start, push a lot of damage before like Esper Blink can, you know, really get its engine up and running.
It mattered for the Tribal Flames.
Yeah.
I guess, I don't know. I wasn't paying attention to what you actually had.
I could have like fetched correctly.
It's like Isaac saying, I even misfetched that game, but still had all these, I guess. You know?
One of the difficulties of playing this Domain Zoo is your fetch sequence, because you know you do run a Triome or 2 to get domain to get binding up and running like on turn 2 sometimes. So
just looks like here now. We've seen Domain Zoo in the feature match area earlier. We had Charles playing that matchup. It was against a bit of a different deck, though. So the sideboarding here for Isaac probably going to be just a little bit different. The Domain Zoo deck does have a plethora of other things that it can do. So we saw Charles bringing in things like double black, double blue Ashiok against the graveyard-based Nethergoyf deck. I don't think we're going to see something like that coming out from Isaac in this specific matchup because that would help the catcher most. But you got to think that any sort of exile effects to deal with these overlords, these catcher most, those types of things, probably going to be on the docket for the Zoo deck.
Absolutely. I'm expecting Isaac to maybe have a Celestial Purge, 1 or 2, in the sideboard, just because Flage is around everywhere too. Yeah. So coincidentally, it also hits catcher most. So that will be a good card to side in. There's an argument to maybe side in maybe some Wear Terrors or something.
So Wear Terror would hit Overlord, and if Nick is playing the Aether Vial version of the deck, that would be something that would also hit Aether Vial. I know last round we saw Liam playing against Jerry. It was the same. It was the Boros Energy matchup against the Esper Blink matchup, and in that one, the head-to-head, we did not see the Wear Terrors because there was no Aether Vial in that version of the deck. But looks like here, Nick, using this opportunity, these are untimed rounds in the quarterfinals forward. So using that opportunity to take a little potty break.
we need to crown a definite first place here. We have one invite to give out. So
we do have one more invite, and Frenchie was just going over both of these players, a little bit more new to the stream setup here at Card Art, looking over the tokens that were in there. They saw John Hubbard's face on a token and were like, what the heck is going on? And so detailing the fact that, yes, if you do win a Card Art RCQ, we do have people that help design tokens for the RCQ winners now. It's a recent development this season. So we have a John Hubbard cap token that we've seen on the battlefield previously. We have in the works, there's an Eldrazi spawn token. I forget whose face is going to be on that one specifically.
I'm not sure.
Whoever won the last RCQ. Yeah. I was not here for that one. We weren't here for that one, so we have no idea. But there's also an Everywhere token from Alex Lim, and I think there's one more.
Brian Moyes.
Yes.
Cannot remember which token he picked though. There's a Brian Moyes token.
It was what?
I can't remember what token.
I think it was a standard token.
Yeah, it was a standard token.
Yeah, and then Hubbard also has a Manifold Mouse.
Manifold,
because John Hubbard, 2-time RCQ champion here at Card Art. I gotta make this giant here. Yeah, Nick has a bandana Waddle D, so I'm rooting for him. No offense to Isaac whatsoever, but you got a Kirby plushie on the battlefield, man. So the Esper Blink deck. I don't think this is a matchup where you're bringing in Consigns, which is like the main draw to adding blue to this deck, besides like main deck Psychic Frog.
So actually, there's an argument to actually bring in Consigns. So you can consign obviously a Binding Trigger. You can also consign a Draco on the stack.
Oh, right, because it is colorless.
Yes.
A Marsh Flats.
But it's interesting. The Esper Blink deck should be usually they play Frog. And that would be another reason to bring Celestial Purge as well, in answer to Frog.
All right, well, looks like that Isaac didn't start this game out with a Leyline. Didn't start out game number 1 with a Leyline either, but still wound up winning that one. So we'll see a Fetch Shock coming in here. Probably a Ragavan? Don't know what, or maybe if they're playing Wild Nicodle the same way that Charles was playing.
Yeah.
Or is this the Cecil version of it?
I know most of the lists have actually moved away from Wild Nicodle. But yeah, it could be a spicy Cecil that we've been hearing about.
We got a Blood Crypt. You're getting my hopes up. Don't play the monkey. Play my favorite Final Fantasy character. This is why we root for Bandana Waddle Dee. Ragavan, very, very strong card here, especially if Nick doesn't have a way to block it, and if Nick's turn 2 play is to flash in like a Phelia or something like that. Trading off with the Ragavan, it's obviously the Ragavan is good for Isaac's deck, but the Phelia is the engine of Nick's.
Yes.
Surveilling. I'll leave that on top.
But yeah, it's scary here. I've seen many a times that an opponent is willing to solitude this Ragavan here. Being up on mana against the Esper Blink deck is.
Go ahead.
All right,
and
passing the
BC.
turn. It looks like there is a Phelia in hand, so we may just wind up having Flash and Phelia block, or we could just say, you know what, you can have the top card of my library, that's fine. And then you hit an Overlord or something.
Playing Arid Mesa's land for turn.
Bandana Wadadi has now moved down to the other sidelines.
Flash and Phelia.
We are going to Flash and Phelia, potentially trade. We do have Tribal Flames in hand, though. We also have Leyline
2-mana Leyline
Binding.
Binding.
Walkers, all fetch shock.
So Isaac
Yep.
already dealing 6 total damage to himself. Making it kind of easy for Nick.
Imagine if that was a Cecil. How quickly it would flip.
Yeah, it would flip really fast. I'm telling you, here, put Cecils in your deck. Resident Cecil merchant Tom over here, trying to play them standard Pioneer and shove them into Modern.
Leyline binding.
But there's that 2-mana Leyline Binding. It's going to exile the Phelia.
Hit.
Actually, how do you feel about that, knowing that there are a bunch of like flicker type effects in the Esper deck? How do you feel about playing the Leyline Binding over just Tribal Flamesing it?
Just exile.
Well, the problem, the issue, Trial Flames is sorcery speed.
Then I'll pass.
So.
Oh, okay,
yeah,
well,
yeah,
that would help with reading the card. I'm just so used to seeing it burn people to
Yeah.
death that I'm just like, it's Lightning Bolt. Well, okay, yeah, it is sorcery speed. See, that's why I yap and you know everything about the format.
Yep.
So Leyline Binding came down. I didn't actually see what was. It looked like it was just a land that was revealed.
Swing in for 2.
Yes.
Solitude pitching.
So we got the glare right there.
Yeah. Ooh, here's that Solitude
Yeah.
play as well.
Yeah.
All right.
It's worth
Fetch
yeah.
Jock.
11.
And we might, Isaac just drew that consign.
Oh, are we going to consign the Exile trigger?
Yeah. And it's interesting here because consign the exile trigger. Nick has a blink spell, like the blink
Oh, the Ephemerate?
ephemerate in his hand.
So Solitude resolves.
ETB, Exile Ragavan.
I'll consign the ETB trigger.
Oh, there's a consign.
Consign versus the consign.
Well, you can't consign a consign, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can consign the sack trigger and block the Ragavan.
Okay.
And that's what Nick is doing. All right.
Now, as long as
So I'll block.
Consigns.
now the trading of resources here, I believe leaves Nick with 1 card in hand.
Yeah.
And yep, threat. Next threat comes out.
Looks like a Territorial Kavu.
Yes,
Kavu.
it's a 5/5 Kavu.
The big boy.
Swamp Island Mountain.
Yeah.
On top.
Got 5/5 Kavu. Nick draws for turn. Phelia was the draw.
Pass.
But it's just, is that land Phelia?
Yeah, it's land. Yeah, it's just land Phelia, I
Trigger,
believe.
I will discard a Hollow Fountain draw card.
All right, we're doing the draw discard.
Okay.
And I think
5,
Isaac
16.
now has a Scion and
Swipe land.
the Leyline in hand, so this might be a hard cast.
I don't think he needs to. I think he's got domain, right? So he just 2-mana Scion.
Tap
Yeah,
to
2-mana Scion, but just to give all your stuff the
Scion
ability,
trigger.
right? So
Good. Okay. I will.
All right, so Scion, what's it gonna give? We have
Sure.
we have red and we have green, so it's giving trample and first strike.
yes, which essentially Nick just drew an Overlord here.
I mean, we'd have to kind of make our Phelia sacrifice itself for the greater good to make this Overlord blink.
Yeah, but I think what Nick hasn't realized yet is but he can grab the Solitude from the graveyard.
The X's the
But I
Solitude
don't-
did block.
Yeah, but it's awkward because if he has a land in hand,
Go to combat.
Sure.
Swing. Blink the Overlord.
Sure.
Oh,
oh,
is
he
going
grabs
to
second Waker. Yeah.
So he's gonna block, and then this Overlord's gonna come back, and he can grab Phelia.
Head step. This will come back.
Yeah.
All right.
2.
You want one
All
of
the
these
Solitudes.
Solitudes?
So,
I think you just grab Phelia,
pick
right?
up a Phelia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Gives you a bit of flexibility here.
You want to keep your Solitude train a running for as long as
Yeah.
possible.
But now, if Isaac flames the Overlord,
Probably going to Tribal Flames the Overlord, and then we're going to have to...
Tribal Flames starting your Overlords.
So that means that this Solitude is face up and probably looking like it's exiling the Kavu.
Solitude to Kavu.
This puts Nick on no cards in hand.
Yeah.
All of that fetch shock damage that Isaac has done to himself is getting undone.
Isaac's about a hard cast. I think he's able to hard cast the Leyline too. So,
Go to 11.
Brawler in hand. Yeah.
Dang. This is just a plethora of 4 and 5 power creatures just hitting the battlefield, and Nick is on nothing in hand. I don't know if there's anything he can actually play that like catches him back up right now.
And that's the difficulty of this Esper Blink deck when it needs a bit to get its engine up and running, and Domain Zoo deck is just so aggressive.
We had land go, Flage lethal.
Let's bet 8. And
8.
I'll crack this. Go to 7. See if I surveil anything relevant. I don't think it matters. No.
I say, like, what if I were to surveil something relevant? There is no relevant card at that point. Isaac Pizarro is going to make quick work of this matchup. Domain Zoo is going to take the 2-0 over Esper Blink.